Like, you'd be so much more concerned with keeping that energy high. You know? I mean, how much of what people experience when it comes to the word depression, how much of it is their life going bad, tragedy, poor health, bad job choices? How much of it is some sort of a weird genetic thing? How much, I mean, there's so many variables as to what causes depression, but such a giant number of people suffer from depression.
Well, I think it only, if I'm being honest, I think it's going to get worse. You know, like you look at the way we live and the closer and closer you've spoken about that. We're just talking about fucking New York. We're not meant to be that confined. We're not meant to sit out. Like we're withheld from the fucking sun right now.
Yeah.
So many of these things communicate with our bodies. I'm working with a genetic specialist, Ryan Frissinger. He was on Chris Ryan's show. Sunlight influences 500 on-off switches on our epigenetic level. For the good, unless you fucking overdo it, right? 500 plus on-off switches in our DNA are affected by sunlight positively, right? I mean, that's why they look at vitamin D3. Take that for example. They're calling that a hormone now, not a fucking vitamin.
Really?
Because it's a messenger. That's how much it influences in the body. Incredibly important. So when you think about all these things like being barefoot, being connected to the earth, going in the fucking ocean, science will catch up in certain ways. But we get fixated on the thing. We get fixated on our phones, on whatever TV is going on. We're closed off from other people. We think, communicating through Facebook is the same as being fucking face to face. It's not. You know, and the more we head that direction and we're putting, as you put it, putting fucking shit food in our body for mouth pleasure, that influences the brain, right? 80 to 90% of all of our neurotransmitters are made by the bacteria in our gut. So you think the shit meal is just going to put on 5 pounds. It's not. It might put on 5 pounds, but it's going to fuck your brain up for a while. You make you a little bit more emotional. Fuck with your sharpness, your memory recall. All that's impacted. Sleep's impacted. I wish Michael Walker talked a bit more about that. I just don't think it's in his wheelhouse.
I don't think it is. He's just a guy who studies sleep and the effects on it. But fuck, was that illuminating, and eye-opening. That podcast was so important to me.
It was fucking fantastic. I think his book is really good, but as far as like dialing in sleep, it's more of this is what happens when you don't sleep. Mm-hmm. Sleep, the book Sleep by Nick Littlehales is probably my favorite because that gives you it's a fucking how-to guide on how to maximize sleep.
And when you were younger, lack of sleep didn't affect you the way it affects you now, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Everything he talks about, like with that shift that you have, that happens in adolescence where you become a night owl, no doubt. And I probably still could stay out a little bit later until having a kid, and then that's your immediate reset.
Yeah.
Bitch, you're getting up when the sun comes up.
Yeah. Be prepared, sir. Get ready. Yeah. It's there's so many different factors that lead to a healthy body, but how much of a healthy body leads to a happy mind? That's where it gets. Like, you can't blame some of these people that are suffering from like a disease. Some of these people that have like something wrong with the way their brain is producing these happy hormones.
Yeah, I don't think you can say it's just this one thing. Like, well, if you just ate clean, or if you just went keto, or you just ate paleo, then you wouldn't have depression. I don't think that's it at all. But certainly that's a factor.
It certainly could be a factor.
Being in nature is a factor. Mm-hmm. And unpacking trauma. Gabor Mate says at the heart of all fucking addiction is some form of trauma.
Yeah, I'm sure. Completely makes sense. Yeah, his theories on that are fascinating. I never thought about it that way. That some form of trauma during your developmental stage has led you to like seek out this weird, crazy feeling and experience. When you